Hi everyone, and welcome to my album review for the Scarlxrd project, Fantasy Void Winter. Yes, another week has come with another Scarlxrd little EP coming out, a little chunk of the Fantasy Void project for us to talk about. This is the Headspace podcast, the show where we break down the hip-hop projects that drop, the new ones, track by track, giving thoughts and opinions on every single song. A good example of the kind of album we'll talk about is Scarlxrd's Fantasy Void, and in this case, the Winter Edition. So I like to start off the show doing a couple of things. And while you're all here, I would love to tell you that I make music myself. And if you're curious, you can check that down in the description below. You'll see some links to some stuff coming out, stuff that's out. If you follow me on Spotify, that's fresh. Also, you can check a music video on this channel if you want to see some recent stuff I dropped on May 13th. I digress. Moving along, if you like this deep dive format, you can totally hit us up on the Patreon and support us that way. And why am I plugging myself? Because apparently you just have to in YouTube these days. I know it's shameless, but we put a lot of time and effort into this, so may as well, you know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. Why am I talking about Scarlxrd? Well, we did the first project. When I say the first project, I mean I did Autumn. It came out. I was a little bit curious, so I went ahead and I did that little album review a couple of weeks ago. What I'm currently doing is just doing a little click-sees. And what I said in the Autumn review is if y'all want to see me do more, hit that like button. I thought I'm going to try it. I'm going to try the hit that like button thing. Now, I'm going to base this on ratios on what I normally have. This video is now the first part, at least the little review I did of Autumn is at 468 views, which for me is good, with 34 likes and 1 dislike. Now, I'm going to say it's my best video in the last while. That's how bad this channel is kind of actually doing. It's not really about it. I don't do this project for the views. I do this to learn and to share love. I've made friends through this thing. So just to give you a context where my head's at. But still, you tell other people, hit the like button, and you do. You may as well go through with it. I don't know that I did a good job telling people about the intro part, because I did that. It only got 41 views, so maybe people didn't actually like me. Whatever, I'll still do some more Scarlxrd. I'm not even worried. I am committed to this project, so expect to see an album review for spring coming in the next little bit. Today we are talking about winter, and given what Genius shows as a track list, I expect to see at least one more coming out. Before we get into it though, before we talk about how the cover is revealed a little bit more, actually let's touch on the cover. This is one of the best marketing campaign album cover ideas, just because it is a campaign related to a cover, bringing attention to the cover, that I've seen since I've done the reviews. In all of the times I've done any album review, I've not really seen something so innovative as taking a project, splitting it up into 5 6 EPs, however many it ends up being, and on each part of the project you take a little bit of the image. So that means right now, if you are a more skilled person than I with the Photoshops, you can effectively isolate each of these elements, cut them out, and currently be sitting on most of what the actual full image of the cover looks like. Now that's a cool Easter egg. That's just a really cool thing. It's so creative. I've never seen it before, and since I do have to review the cover so I can have it over wherever it is in the corner, I think that's just worth stating. I don't really know what is behind the black because it's in chunks and I've barely thought about it, but I'm excited that this exists, that this whole whatever. I like it. I just like the idea that it's like what he's doing with it, and perhaps there's an opportunity for more people to play with album covers like that, to make them more puzzles, to make it kind of exciting. Like that would be a fun trend. Like if we're gonna have to go through the EP spliced up album thing, which as a reviewer I'm okay with. I got a lot more videos out of this than I would have if you dropped it as one project, and if y'all do like what I'm doing, I suppose in the big picture, in this case, I win. Scarlxrd's definitely going to get more love for longer, because every time he drops the next project, y'all are going to go back and re-listen like I did. You can't help it. You just kind of want to get fresh with it. And then there's, well, how does this fit in now that the new song? So you'd want to go back and play it all kind of in order as the album slowly gets revealed. When I first saw this marketing strategy, when a guy like Tech9 did it, I guess I thought it was a cheap thing. Mostly because he was doing it in like 2 chunks and then like kind of dropping the whole album. But I don't know, the way Scarlxrd has it, and I guess with the current climate and stuff, if that's how music is to come out, like albums in parts and things like that, I guess it creates more opportunity for interesting marketing campaigns like this album cover thing. So because Scarlxrd did something innovative with it, I think it just totally gets the pass. It's not just a cheap marketing play, it's actually a test of a new kind of marketing play. And that's fresh as fuck. Kudos, Scarlxrd. Anyway, Fantasy Void, I touched on the title when I talked about Autumn, so it's fair. And then I like the seasonal aspect. It does kind of, each little project I've heard does seem to have its own little vibe. So keep in mind, I have not yet heard Spring. That's fine. I'll get to it soon. On that note, there's 4 tracks to talk about. Let's get into U.A.V for the MANDEM. Yeah, it sounds pretty fresh, not even gonna lie. As far as like the more rappier end of what he's done, this is one of the more impressive tracks to me. Keep in mind, I know he's got a giant-ass catalog. Kudos and hats off to Scarlxrd's work ethic and the amount of volume he comes out. And I suppose it's relevant to talk about the volume of music he releases because it does fucking come up on this track when he's like, they say I talk too much, whatever, that's basically why you're broke. I'm like, ooh, that's a real good point. I don't know exactly where it is in the lyrics, but we'll totally get to it. But it is definitely something to think about because at the end of the day, if like your music is kind of a business, right? And you have Scarlxrd coming through recognizing how to make money in the current platform and the current ecosystem, but still dropping a consistent volume of dope music. Like, I don't know, it's not that different than what anyone on the mixtape circuit's doing, only he's getting paid proper off of the streamings and stuff, I imagine. I didn't even know what his numbers are. Let's take a quick look, see does it show. So this does not yet have 1,000 plays on Spotify. Anyway, if I go just click back though, he's got 1 million monthly listeners. I'm certain he's doing quite freaking well. He's got songs that like 1 million plays, 500,000 plays. So if he can put out all these projects and they're all able to put up 500,000 plays and everybody contributing can basically give, let's say, $3 to $5 worth of fucking streaming power. I'm not saying that's the real case, but you know, when you look at it like that, I mean, if you're a young artist on a come up, this is possibly the smartest play you can have and not worrying about the whole projects. And then the volume, I mean, I suppose that comes down to consistency and quality. I have not yet checked all of his other stuff, but I kind of did a little bit. And I noticed it was of the same quality. Anything that, like, because you know, like when Spotify finishes a project, it'll just randomly play something else by the artist. And anytime that happened, yeah, there were different sounds, different production styles, but I noticed Scarlxrd was still pretty fucking talented in everything I've heard from him thus far. So, volume, I don't know, it could be bad marketing if you're conventional. Anyway, let's get into this. I really love the beat from Shoki. I guess it's real good. I just think it hits hard. I like the versatility in it. And one of my favorite things is how he kind of has the rapping, screaming flow. And then all of a sudden he just like flips it up later on. I think it's somewhere around like, hold on, let me think. Let me get my rhythm when I wink. And I think it's somewhere around there. He just drops it into this like serious voice and just kind of cuts the screaming and goes straight into rapping. And it just adds such a freshness to the track. Adds in such a layer of life. If you do watch my other reviews, you'll know that I feel that what Scarlxrd does is capture mood extremely good. This is not, as I've come to see, music that is necessarily about being the most philosophically waxing motherfucker on the universe. He's also kind of braggadocious for shits and giggles. I suppose I can relate to that. That's fair. I may have been a little Scarlxrd, you're fucking da-da-da-da-da, and that's fair. He probably looks at me like I'm an old fucker that doesn't fully get it. You're right, Scarlxrd. You are totally right. I'm starting to get lame in my life. I accept. But yeah, anyway, I like how he kind of justifies the tag. Is that Shoki on the beat? Just in case you forget. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty cool. Like, I just feel like it kind of flows through, makes it a little bit more a part of the song. It's like a reason why it needs to be said. And then if you think about the history of beatmakers getting fucked over, I kind of get beatmaker tags a little bit more now. Anyway, Psycho emerges. I refer to myself in third person. Scarlxrd, but a miniature version. I got game in the back, not burners. My sale attached, not worth it. New face, let me die with purpose. It's all good. I like the way he's rapping it through. He's flowing proper on this. No man is making me nervous. Ain't gonna act hard on the surface. Oh shit, he's a liar. Are we mad back in the circus? Anyway, not every lyric in this track is up, so I'm just kind of scanning it and looking at it. Oh, side note, I was listening to this mostly while cycling today, just letting it play while I was out in the sun. And then I got home and did my little listen and like focused on the lyrics. And I'm loving the energy on this project because U.A.V, the best I could find was, hold on, I have it right over here. unmanned aerial vehicle. So I assume that's a drone, right? So it's almost like he's dropping a drone for the MANDEM on him with this like track. So for the peoples and whatnot, I don't know. Take off the mask, put on the mask, take on the mask, talk shit. Can I keep on now? That's an interesting line, I think, because it's both a criticism and commentary of us and our personalities, perhaps literally the debate about masks in light of these current times, and just in general, what people's expectations are, because I know he's got masks and shit for sale right now, so I assume it's some part of his branding. Yeah, right about here. They say I drop too much. I don't think I'm dropping enough. Oh, everyone's a fucking expert. This is why you broke as fuck, been in his crib. Why would I share what I think? Fuck it, I'll give you a glimpse. Master, I'm killing off pigs. And that's powerful to me, right? Especially in these times. So a lot of people have opinions about what the fuck he's doing with life, and at the end of the day, he understands the game, he understands the grind, the legacy, how to be like the kind of artist that will be here in 15 years. Like, you can't ride on your laurels, and I get where he's coming from. I have targets to get at a point where I'm able to release 3 to 4 full complete albums within 5 years, and do that every year. Not just that many albums. I mean, have a workflow in place where I show up, write, rap, spit it, and then I hand it off. The machine's in place. We all bang it out. And then I just make it happen. I haven't figured it out yet. But, yo, the idea of aspiring to have a high turnover rate, it's almost like, how could you not, right? If you're able to spit like that, it's almost super important. Anyway, y'all get the point, and I just love how he addresses that. It got me thinking, and then he flips it off. Well, fine, if you want to think in my mind, I'm going to take out the cops and whatnot. These days I'm laughing. I want something like this. I'm the special, at least. Killing immoral, it is what it is. I see it try to reach for me. It says look that I look free. Sad, I'm sick of this shit. Watch him drown, watch him sink. Kind of just feels like people's coming at him, people are jealous of his success, etc. I don't know, as he flirts through, he goes out there and he just kind of hypes himself up a little bit, and then he does this crazy ass fucking scream, this fuck, and it's just so amazing. It just has such an energy. Then he flips it up, gets into the more rappy shit. I don't know, it goes on. He goes back into the screamy voice by the end. Yes, I do, I don't give a damn, moving like a Fred, driving through your road, give a fuck, I've been killing now, Scar, don't give a damn. Why the fuck would I be trying to think? Don't try to luck, you get etc. Whatever, you make no difference. I did it all. So I get the feeling like he's just frustrated with the situation. Maybe he's had his love hurt, because remember, the last project, or the last part of this, seemed to have a little bit more love jilted feelings going on, and this feels like a lash out, like fuck all of y'all hurt me, but I'm here to win, I'm here to kill it, I'm fucking fire. He does it over a great beat, and I'm forced to give this a 4.75 on 5. It's real fresh, real fucking dope. I enjoy this Scarlxrd whole situation. Like, I'm really happy I decided to go on this quest. My girlfriend can't stand the screaming as much, but even she had to admit that he has the talent to back it up. Anyway, let's move on to something a little different with Lil T-Rex. I'll have to give, like, this might be one of my least favorite ones I've heard from Scarlxrd. Not because it's like particularly worse or whatever. We're back in like more the rock side, so like I've kind of mentioned, is the more like hip hop rappy kind of whatever side, where I do think his flows and his way to be versatile is actually really fresh. Then on the other side, he's got his like screamy voice. Now I just want to comment, there's some guy named Yaxer over on Genius who said the flow is crazy bruh on this with Fires, and I couldn't figure out what was crazy about it. To me, it is the most regular flow for this kind of thing ever. Like, I cannot relax and shave my horns. Life has given me signs I can't ignore. That's a normal flow, and he sings it really well with a static kind of one note energy. And as far as everything I've heard from Scarlxrd, this is the closest thing to a generic bland song I've heard so far. Is it exceptionally well made? Yeah, actually, in terms of production quality. Like, here's the thing, I'm kind of bored at the beginning during the first verse, and it's only when about a minute in or so the beat kicks in that I feel like, oh, the song picks up. But I don't feel like he really hit the beat with, like I said, an exceptional flow. So as I was on Genius here and I saw that comment, I was like, what? I don't get it. Anyway, I don't know if it's fair to put that dude on blast, but it is what it is. I still think it's a cool track. Could I go back? I should go back. Lil T-Rex, I like to beast it all. I know what's next. I like to fail and grow. Lil T-Rex, I want it all. Lil T-Rex, I want it all. I don't know who the fuck Lil T-Rex is. I probably could have Googled it. I'm going to assume it's some alter ego that Scarlxrd has. Everybody has alter egos in this game. I don't know. Fair, it's fine. It's whatever. But you get the sense that he kind of wants to go back in time over here. frustrated in that still kind of jilted emotional state that we've been getting on this project. And then he wants to go back and get it all because he's going to win. We still have that feeling of overcoming and conquering that comes with it. There is the one verse. I cannot realize. This is about where the beat kicks in. And, I'm telling you, the drums, it's fucking fire. It's one of the best parts of this song. The beat's really good. I just kind of feel like vocals, it was I cannot relax and shave my horns. Life gave me signs I can't ignore. Focused on the time I'm getting sore. I live my life and you live yours. Tell me why we always start again. Swear to God I'm sick of losing friends. Why would I get close to lose again? Guess I'm running solo till the end. It's pretty straightforward. Scarlxrd is in a situation where he has to be himself, live the way he knows he has to live, move forward on that quest, and do what he needs to do. Right? He has a purpose and a vision, something that's mandated from almost above, almost like something driving him forward that is inescapable. At the same time, he's kind of got people that aren't necessarily cool with the way he's living. They want to live differently, and things aren't meshing very well. And I guess he's having trouble dealing with people. That's about it in this one. I like the energy. I think he does it well. But I had to give it a 4.35 because it lacked a certain flair or distinction, or maybe it's perhaps that having consumed maybe now about 10 or 11 songs, that I'll give the one criticism. This is a very sonically similar album. This is a you love it the whole way through, or you probably don't love it the whole way through kind of project. And that's okay, because I'm really, like I said, in the first part of this review, the other video, I'm a real sucker for the sounds that he's tapping into. Like, Scarlxrd likes a lot of the same influences, or probably he was growing up on shit that I was teenaging up on. Anyway, We Always Lose is the next track. I like this one more. I feel like this is a better on the rock side. I feel like it's real strong. I like the little sample that starts us off with the beat, and just the fact that it kicks in with a strong beat. It was just better than the other one, which took forever to get kind of into the vibe. And so into this little torture mind came the idea that the weapon produced for use. And that's interesting because it kind of looks at how music and shit is used as a weapon inside of yourself, but also kind of commenting maybe on the way society manipulates people into weaponizing them. I like it. I like how it's a little provocative with regards to being a couple of things, and it adds a little value before Scarlxrd starts screaming. But I like the way he screams on this one. I feel like it just fits the song really well. It has this angsty energy to it that just flowed in a way that I could just hit. I just the one I connected in. Like, let's fade into a place so far. Our fate has proved just who we are. Our truth we know. Our youth exposed. Don't wait, let go, just lose control. That's the chorus. I'll be fucking real with you. This could have been anything I listened to growing up, and it would have been fire, and I would have just spent all sorts of angsty moments of my youth just vibing to shit that sounds exactly like this, because that's what it is. You want the truth, you're feeling vulnerable as the world has fucking betrayed you, and all this other stuff, and you're left with these emotions, so you're left to just wait. Like, don't wait, let go, just lose control. Then don't you try and hide it. Our elders fucking tried it. We always lose control. We always lose control. And that's really interesting. And I should stop saying that's interesting. Just tell you what it is. I know that literarily it's annoying, and I've been saying it a lot lately. Bad, Holden. But I like that because it kind of shows the generational foolishness we've all been through. The fact that as people lose control and fall apart and become weak, this was hidden from us all in terms of our parental examples. And that's a shit idea. But the truth of the matter is, we all kind of lose control at parts. We all have emotional lows. We all have those days where it's just not like the same or worth living. It's pretty fucking human. And our parents made it sound like it was awful or crazy or whatever. I think something interesting I read is that there's a big difference between like sane and normal, right? Normal is a spectrum of social acceptance. Honestly, pushing, the more normal you are, the probably more you like mediocrity. Whereas sane is about, I guess, relative sanity. So I could be completely sane, rational, coherent, but not be normal, which is where I'm at. I'm not very normal. I get that. But I just thought that was cool that Scarlxrd is touching into these ideas. Then you got the verse, keep hatred in my system, fuck that shit, I won't listen, keep running it till there's blisters, control, I won't listen, lately I've been distant, fuck that, I won't listen, I'm at my limit, control, I won't pity them no more. So I think here about all the angst, all the news, all the drama, all the things, all the ways we're being programmed into divisiveness. Something I saw about the orange one is he's the first U.S. president that has not really made any effort to hide the fact that he's divisive. Like, he just plays Americans against Americans in his politics, as opposed to at least pretending to be unified, which is something that in the past is the norm. So, and I think about that, I'm at least fortunate I'm in Canada, where they're all like willing to pretend still a little bit. But we seem to see how there's a lot of chaos and a lot of media nonsense, and I feel like Scarlxrd taps into the angst that's all that, and he's just trying to kind of run through it and keep his head cool, but understanding we're all going to lose control. And it's like, I just feel like there's like this desire to run away from the barrage of nonsense that we're faced with, and I like it. I like the chaos. I like the way it just feels spinny. It's a good song. It's really enjoyable, so I give it a 4.5 on 5. Let's move on to the last little one we'll discuss right now, Black on Black. The bass really hits. In my experience with the bass on this song so far, it's love and hate. Sometimes I've liked it, sometimes I haven't liked it. Otherwise, this might be the best song of the rap side I've heard so far. It's really well done. From a flow perspective, from everything perspective, the way he switches so seamlessly between the screaming flow and the rapping flow, it's really dope. Like, to me, this flow is ridiculously well done, well delivered. Like, the black on cover my limbs, back on track, still going and say rats on tats that cover my skin, gotta get hype, can't feel that like shit. And like right there, it's like, okay, so it's like we've gone through a whole lot of emotional crap, and this is like a self-love. I'm motivating myself. So now when I think about the braggadocious side of Scarlxrd, I realize I may have been on the side of like error. If this is kind of meant to show the split dichotomy of the different sides of his personality, on the one hand, the broken, anxious one running away, I suppose the countercoin to that yin and the yang would be a lot braggadocious and overcompensating. And so I've had that epiphany just now as I'm recording, that perhaps he needs that level of I'm the best in order to balance out the feelings of forced I'm the worst. And I've never thought about that in any of the braggadocious criticisms I've made before. So let me know what you think about that, this epiphany I've just had. Anyway, thumb on my eyes, see I'm a king, I ain't got shot, I want to fit in, snap on the track, I'm just taking the piss, legend on mic, I'm Scar little bitch. Fair enough. Rolls on through, but the way he fucking spitting it is really what I like about it. I think it hits hard. I think he does well. I like the God you make me want to throw up, and I just consider all the different people in the industry, the criticisms and shit that maybe perhaps he's not that into, and you can tell he doesn't like the fake ones. So I just like how blunt that is. You make me fucking nauseous. You disgust me. It's real strong. As I move through it, I feel like rather than going through all the lyrics and just kind of criticizing it, I think it's dope. He really just elaborates on the topic. And I think mostly what I enjoy about it is how he raps, how he switches between it. I like when he goes, why would I think I've changed? Push, task way back, I don't want to switch lanes. The clingers come, get dropped in days. The mission I've passed, I've topped this grade. And you know what? When I hear that, I feel like this is a guy who understands what he's doing. He's moving where he's moving. And unlike a lot of rappers, he's got style and he's got a level of substance to it. He's kind of being careful. He understands that he's been betrayed a lot, but he's going out there and making his. And I think I like his approach of how he's laughing at the others, you know. I like how he's still kind of grinding. He's willing to put in that work as he's proven it. And I think that makes it really easy to kind of get into this braggadocious the more I listen to him. So this one's pretty fire, I'm not even going to lie. I have a lot more to comment on the bars. I think moving forward, if I don't think the bars are super substantial enough for me to kind of go, oh, that's clever or something, I'm going to gloss over it just because I don't want to be mean. But I really like this tune. I love the delivery. I love the beat. I love what they did with this. It was just so good to listen to. So I give it a 4.75 on 5. So this chunk of the album, because we're done this chunk now, I gave it a 4.53. I think it's really good. I enjoyed listening to it as much as I've enjoyed listening to the other ones. I think at this point, I'm giving this album in the vein of like the whole project is kind of banking on these grade 4.5-ish. I think Scarlxrd sounding, I think because of the volume of what he puts out, I'm really okay with the consistent sound here because like I don't know, he can just now go somewhere else, and I feel like he's given us a great collection of tunes in this vein to vibe to. And when you want to mash out, like work out, like vibe, like this was really good to cycle to. It's high energy workout music that I can fuck with. Taps into my punk loving mosh pit side. I want to go see Scarlxrd live when the isolation times end and we can go and he can come to Canada. So if he comes to Montreal, I'll be there. Maybe Scarlxrd does a little interviews with us if he happens to watch this review. So yeah, let me know what you think. I guess I'll give my like final thoughts of all of them together once I'm done the other reviews. There'll be at least 2 more videos here. And when I'm done, if y'all want to see it and y'all show me the love with the likes and the views, we can get on more with more Scarlxrd, because I guess at the end of the day, I don't want to just go make a bunch of Scarlxrd reviews and nobody watches them, because I think that would piss off my core audience a little bit. But I'm willing to piss off my core audience if y'all want to show up and support that shit. That's just respect. I mean, fuck it. It's like my choice end of the day. So thank y'all for real though. I was real humbled seeing the support on that first video. Like it lifted me up, because it had been a minute since anything got close to 500 views, which again is trash numbers, but still, like, it was nice. So thank you. Subscribe to the channel if you feel it. Like the video if you do like it. And then, yeah, leave a comment. I'm very happy to have a discussion with you. You know, we can have a little chit-chat. On that note, special thanks to the patrons, Ismail Gadamsi, Chris Pratt, Jonathan Barnes, Linda Williams, DJ Black Hurricane, Scribble, and Carl. They're dope. They support what we do, so they get to tell us what albums they want to see us review. And if you want to support us, also, you can check it out for $1 or more a month. It would be real fresh. I make music myself. It's another way you can support me. You can hit the Spotify follow. That would be real fresh you. Anyway, I have a lot more to say right now, so live long and prosper, everyone.